Hi, welcome back to Pine Tree State Restorations and the Jensen Model 25 steam engine. So, a little history about Jensen. Jensen has been making stationary steam engines, steam turbines, steam generators, what have you, since about 1932. The company started with Tom Jensen Sr., born in Denmark in 1901. Became interested in steam at a very young age. In 1923, built the first steam engine, model number one. And they're still in business, and they make many model of steam engines, and they're quite good. This one here is a model 25, and it's electric, okay? And this one must be made in the 40s, late 40s, early 50s, I'm guessing, because the later model 25s have a metal base. So I could be wrong on that, but I'm thinking this is an earlier one. Plus, the later ones have the round sight glass versus the tube, like this one's got right here. Now, a lot of times people will get these and they'll try to play with them, and they don't realize that you got to have steam oil. Okay. What is steam oil? Steam oil is a high viscosity, specially made thermal oil, because all the parts on the steam engine, they get hot, and regular oil will burn off or cake or do whatever, but it won't work very good on a steam engine. You have to have special, what they call steam oil. Okay, so it's like, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking it's 400 to 500 grade oil. It's almost like an oil that they put in semi rear axle bearings, but it's a really thick oil, and it's a steam oil. You need it for the piston, the valving, and all this here. Otherwise, and plus the steam oil is thick enough, the viscosity is, and it's high temperature, will allow things not to leak like on valves. It slows it down quite a bit. If you try to just oil the valve or not use any oil at all, you're going to have a lot of leaks. And what happens is the gaskets go bad on all these, and they start leaking and causing all kinds of problems. And then people do something like this, try to fix them, and you can't use paper gaskets. Paper gaskets will incinerate almost immediately with the heat of hot steam. Not good. So what I like to do is I like to use solid copper. The downfall to that is I got to hog that hole out. What I do is I gently put it in a pin vise, or I'll put it in a pair of vice grips clamping on the outside edge, and I'll take my high-speed air grinder, little die grinder, and I will hog that hole out until it fits the various parts I'm putting it on. And then I'll take that little copper washer right there, and I'll flat sand it on some diamond paper or some white Scotch-Brite, get it really smooth. And then I'll use that copper washer on all these right here, here, and here as well. Now this tube might be a problem. Okay, I might have to reseal that tube. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take that apart, and I'm going to use a special high temperature JB weld that goes in there. I'm going to unscrew it, take it apart, and I'm going to clean everything up. I'll put it together while it's wet, and that JB weld high temperature will get in there and seal that tube, because that tube goes into these two brass blocks, and I guarantee you it leaks. I guarantee. And then we'll put the new washers that I'm going to make on the screw right here, right? Think of these little copper washers as like the copper washers you have on your calipers on your car. They'll withstand 5,000 pounds per square inch, even greater than that. And that's what they use, copper. So being on a steam engine will be minor. All right, so that's what I use, because you can at least reuse those and they don't get tore up. And I've done this before and they work pretty good. On the valves here, we're going to have to stiffen that spring pressure up. I think that spring's pretty toasty. And there is a gasket right here I got to deal with. but it's minor. Now we're going to want to clean this engine with alcohol, get all this old oil out of there, okay? And then we're going to want to oil all that, make sure everything's oiled up lightly with, a good quality. You can put like a 3-in-1 motor oil, the non-detergent blue cap 20 weight oil on these bearings out here would be all right. But the closer you get to this cylinder, you're going to have to use steam oil because regular oil just ain't going to work, especially on the valves and the piston and all that. Now, whoever had this before, the guy that bought it didn't notice this. They had soldered the cylinder on the, I don't know if that's solder. I don't know, sure what they used, but it had a crack in the cylinder, but it seems to be holding. Hopefully that will be all right. The Jensen 25. So we're really, really busy here at Pine Tree State Restorations. We got something coming up that's absolutely historic. Absolutely historic and amazing. I guarantee you have not seen one of these anywhere on the web. It is from the Civil War. It is large and it is cool. And that's coming up. But for now, I'm going to make these washers on the steam engine. I ordered some steam oil. I'm out. And we're going to work on this, tinker away at it. We also have a raffle coming up, another Pine Tree State Restorations raffle coming up. And like I said, we have the Civil War item coming up. It's large. That's all the clue I'm going to give you. And it's super, super cool. I mean, super cool. And it's large. You're going to get a kick out of that. So thanks again for watching Pine Tree State Restorations on the Jensen steam engine. And we'll be back probably next Sunday. And this thing should be done, should be running if everything goes all right. If I get the oil and I get everything made for it. Got to keep up with everybody else's stuff here. But thanks again for watching Pine Tree State Restorations. And we will see you soon. And I thank you. Have a good one.